Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Forex Market Preview. My name is Jason Stapleton. Thank you so much, very much for being here. Before we jump into the charts, I've got a couple of things that I need to cover with you today. So there are some opportunities that may be of interest to you. First and foremost, I have to go to London next week. I will be gone next week. I'm speaking at the Money Show there. So if you happen to be in London, or if you're going to, or you live there and you'd like to come by, I'll be there speaking at I think 12:30 at the Money Show. So you can come hear my thoughts on psychology and trading and a bunch of other goodies. And it'll be fun and enjoyable. I'll make it entertaining. The other thing is, since I'm going to be gone, what we are doing is we have decided to put together another 1 week training at Trade Empowered called Vision Week. And Akil's going to be putting it on, which means that you're going to have the opportunity to come in. And what we're going to do is on Monday, we're going to do an entire day worth of training. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're going to be in the live room with Akil, going over and practicing all the stuff that you learned in the training in practical application real time in the charts. Now, for those of you who have been with me for a long time, and for those of you who are with me at least at the beginning of this year, one of the things you saw was we did the Turning Point event. And the Turning Point event was largely built around just information. Just providing you information. It's all done free of charge and empowering you with information. But we did very little actual live trading during that time. Well, this time we're going to do almost the exact opposite, which means we're going to give you a chunk of training. We're going to kind of feed you with a fire hose, and then we're going to take you into the real world, and we're going to trade off of that information live every single day. That way you kind of get a feeling for how to apply that knowledge and information practically in real time. And so for those of you who are new, we do not do this very often. We only do it typically once or twice a year is it. The last time we did it was at the beginning of this year, and now we're doing Vision Week here at the end of the year as we get ready really to go into next year. Because we're already coming into November, we're going to be hitting Thanksgiving soon, and then right behind Thanksgiving is Christmas and New Year's, and then before you know it, we're into the new year. So if you want to attend, all you have to do is go to the link. I'll put the link at the bottom of this video, or you can just email support@tradeempowered.com, and they can make sure you get signed up. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can go to tradeempowered.com and email somebody, but I'll put the link underneath here so you can click on it and register. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you full access to the entire training free of charge. We're not going to charge anything for it. So just come and learn and grow and improve your trading and walk away with 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 nuggets of information that are going to help empower you and better prepare you for trading on your own. So make sure you come and do that. So you be at the Money Show. If you're going to be in town, come see me. I'd love to see you and say hi. And if you can't happen to make the trip to London, then at least spend a week in the live trading room with Akil, learning a little something about trading and how to improve your trading. So let us talk about what's happening in the markets today. We've got an incredible look at what happened to the Japanese yen first. Massive move. This was a surprise QE from the Bank of Japan. This was not expected. They were not expecting them to further, ease the money supply, or basically devalue the currency. That ended up happening. And what you saw was this market is typically in about a 70 pip range a day. On Friday, we moved 300 pips. So that just gives you an idea of how much what an explosive move that was. And we closed strong. So guys, we called the rollover here. We called the buy down here, if you'll remember. Now the market's rallied back up. What's the next move? Well, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for the market to come back down into previous structure resistance around 110s, 109.75s, which should now prove to be some support. And we'll look for some buying opportunities to get long again. Now, guys, as I said before, we are totally in no man's land here. There is no structure with which to play off of this move. It's just been a straight upward move. And if you had the opportunity, if you took if you took my advice here and you bought at around the 105.50s level, you're real happy right now. If you didn't, and now you're looking for a place to get involved, this retracement, if we can get one back down into 109.70s, 109.75s is going to be it. Oh, take a look at the euro. There's a lot of different things happening on the euro. We had a cipher pattern that's basically gone bump kiss. You've got a Gartley pattern that's technically violated and that really isn't a valid trade. And then you also have a structure support level. So I can draw these in for you if you would like. In fact, I'll do it quickly. So cipher pattern looks like this. Gartley pattern looks like this. Okay, they both completed a 786. So at a couple of bullish pattern formations, boom, the market violated X, which means we now technically do not have a valid pattern, although some of you may still be long. If you are still long, of course, you want to stay long until your stops are taken out. But if you're not involved, then that means that both of these patterns technically are invalidated because we violated X. So what we want to do now is we've got to, if you're going to buy, and number one, I'm not advocating a buy here, okay? But what I'm saying is, if you're going to buy, if you want to buy, if you're looking at this structure support level, this double bottom, if you will, as a great buying opportunity in this counter trend move, then you're in a perfect position to do that. You have a buy here. You have where the market previously made its low around 124.90s. And what you're going to want to do is you can just buy them up here with your stops below the previous low at 124.90s or so. All right, if the market rallies, you're going to be a very happy man or woman looking to take off initial targets around 128.15s at that previous structure resistance level, with potentially some carry forward targets significantly higher than that. I'm not terribly excited about a buy here because there's no real structure looking left. We are not really in a place where a rally should occur. Doesn't mean it won't occur, but I'm looking at this and saying, well, if the patterns have been violated, then chances are we're gonna see new structure lows. And if that's the case, then I'm not going to be involved in this pattern trade, or I'm not going to be involved in a long opportunity. I'm going to wait for some trend continuation to the downside and see if I can't catch another little leg down. So let's take a look at pound. Actually, pound we've been looking for that 127 extension. We're still not there yet, but market's still showing bearish. So we'll see if we can get down there. Let's move over to Aussie. Aussie is showing some weakness as well. Okay, we've been unable to mount a significant rally. The long downward move here, followed by the channel back north, tends to indicate bearish momentum. This is actually an inverted flag pattern. So what we would expect to see here is market roll over and continue in its downward trend. New Zealand, largely the same thing, except it's already kind of broken. You see the wedge pattern, or the ascending channel. Market breaks down. We rally back up into previous trend line support, which comes resistance, and now the market is moving down lower. So you can see that happening there. I know I'm talking kind of fast today, guys. I want to get through this. We made some really good money in the syndicate on the short side of Canada. Ended up selling Canada around here, around 127s. Market rolled over, had a very nice move, and ended up taking the profits off somewhere around here around 111.63s. So a very nice move there. We've now rallied back up, but as you can see, just look at the structure, guys. Previous structure resistance has proved to hold, at least for the time being. And there is some potential opportunity for a downside move. How would we do that? We drop down to our 60-minute time frame, and we start looking for potential trade setups. We got nothing on there right now. We've just got a nice reversal out of that resistance zone, and now the market is kind of trading sideways. So we're going to have to wait for some sort of indication, a double top, or retest of these highs around 113, some other pattern formation that will give us an opportunity to sell here, some rationale for why we want to be short from right here. And right now we don't have that, so we're going to have to wait for it. But looking out on that daily chart, you can see market pressed right back up into that resistance level and was pushed all the way back. So there is some potential here for some continuation to the downside, perhaps down into 111 or even down into this next level here, somewhere around 109.70s, 110. So approximately 164 to 264 pips, depending on which target you're going for. But That's going to do it, guys, for today. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so very much. Few trades for you, not a whole lot, but I wanted to give you some idea of exactly what happened with the yen, and also some of the bigger USD pairs. I didn't look at the yen because you're going to see the same. It almost looks like the same chart. If you look at pound yen, euro yen, dollar yen, they all look almost exactly the same. Even Canada yen, all the yen pairs took a huge hit. So we could go over those, but you're going to see the exact same thing that you saw on dollar yen. So you can, I'm treating all of them the same, like at this point, and looking for buying opportunities in all of those pairs. So, but if you got questions, comments, concerns, you can email support@tradeempower.com, or you can always just go to the website and give us a call. So any other questions, comments, and concerns, I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, good luck and good trading. I will talk to you soon.